Hello, Queens and Kings. My name is Thandeka Shabangu. Welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Welcome to today's tutorial, the part 3 of our ispelede beaded safety pin. So for this tutorial, this is the last and final part where we'll be doing the tassels. Now the tassels are a bit interesting because at the same time we are completing the pattern of our ispelede, and then at the same time we are adding our tassels. So it's going to be so interesting and lovely and enjoyable. So what materials are we going to be using for this tutorial? We're going to use our safety pin, our 2-ply nylon thread, our needle, and our 8-knot size check beads. So let's get started. Okay, Queens and Kings, this is what we're going for, and this is where we currently are. Now, the first thing that we're going to start with is damage control. What do I mean by damage control? We are missing 2 more rows before we can actually add tassels. I actually noticed this at a very late stage, and I was like, oh no, but it's only 2 rows, and then we can get started with adding our tassel. The reason why we're struggling, we have to make sure that the 2 rows are there, is because in the tassels, the pattern gets completed through the tassels. So if the pattern is wrong from the stitch, once you get to the tassels, you won't be able to finish off the triangle nicely and add the diamond, the half diamond here nicely because it's missing. Okay, so this is where we ended, Queens and Kings. So we're going back to our Ndebele stitch. Because this is damage control, we are not going to undo this. It's going to be a lot of work. We're just going to work on top of it. So you're going to pick up your 2 green beads. These are my 2 green beads. And then you take your needle, you insert it into the next bead and here. So you're going back to our Ndebele stitch just so that we can complete our 2 rows nicely. Now you're going to pick up 2 white beads. Take your needle, insert it down and up, and then you pull nicely. Then you pick up 2 yellow beads. You move down and then up. Okay. This is how it is. And then you're going to pick up 2 navy beads. You move down and up, down and up, down, down and up, down and up. And then you pick up another 2 navy beads, down and up, down, down and up. Then you pick up 2 yellow beads. You move down and up, down, down and up, down and up, down, down and up. Then you pick up 2 white beads, down and up, down, down and up. Then you pick up your 2 green beads. Oh, I added the wrong green. Let me pick up the right green. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip it like this. I have my 2 green beads. Take my needle and I move down and up, down, down, and up, down, and then I move up like this. Okay, so now we're going to prepare for our second row. So this is the last row that we'll be doing, and then we're going to move on to our tassel. You pick a different color and then 1 green. So 1 color and 1 green. I've decided on gold. I'll move down and up, down, down, and up. And then you're going to pick 1 green and 1 white. Then you pick up 1 white and 1 yellow. Then you pick up 1 yellow and 1 navy. One navy and 1 yellow. One yellow and 1 white. One white and 1 green. And then 1 green and 1 gold. 1 green and 1 gold. Or a different color that you're gonna decide on. Yes. So you move down and then up. So queens and kings, we have to prepare for our tassels, but we can't add our tassels while we still have these gaps in between our beads. We're going to do the same thing that we did when we ended our part 2 video. So our goal is to close these gaps. So we'll be moving in circles around our beads. Just to make sure that everything is in place and ready for our tassel. See, as I promised, only 2 rows that we needed to move on. We move down and up. Down, down, and up. I'm trying to move as quickly as I possibly can so that we can get started with our tassels. Yo, the tassel part, you are going to enjoy it. I know I did. Finally at the center. So we are halfway there, halfway there. We're getting there, we're getting there. Almost there. Almost there, queens and kings. And we have arrived. Okay, now we can add our tassels. Now we're ready to add our tassels. So for our tassels, if you notice our safety pin, we have a pattern, navy, gold, and our powder blue and orange part. So for our pattern, the first 6 beads that we're going to add are going to be responsible for completing the pattern. And then the rest will be our navy, gold, and powder blue and orange. But every first 6 beads that we're going to add is going to be responsible for completing our pattern. So I'm going to pick up 2 green beads, 2 white beads, and 2 yellow beads. Okay, so this is the first 6 beads responsible for completing our pattern. And then you're going to pick up your 5 navy, 4 gold, and 4 light blue. Once you've done that, you pick up your 1 orange bead. Then you take your needle and insert it only into the orange bead. Ne? And you pull nicely, and this is what you have. And then from this point, you are going to pick up 4 light blue beads. 4 light blue beads. Then you take your thread and you insert your needle from your gold beads. You ignore your light blue beads, you insert your needle from your gold beads and you move all the way up. If you have a longer needle, you can use it. Oh, I do have a long needle. Where did I put it, Conch? In case you're wondering, my building materials are all over this house, okay? I've dominated about 4 drawers. So I have to first think, where did I put my supplies? Okay, so, and then you move up. Now, once you've moved up, this is how the tassel looks like. And then you move down. I'm in urgent need of a station, of a studio, where I can do all my beading and all my activities. Okay, so now we move on to the second tassel. So for the second tassel, I'm going to pick the first 6 beads are responsible for the pattern, right? So I'm going to pick up 1 green, 2 white, 2 yellow, and 1 navy. Don't get confused. The navy is part of the pattern. It's not part of this. It's part of the pattern. Ungadideki. Florence, ungadideki. Don't get confused. And then, now, once you're done with your pattern, now you go with the rest now. You pick up the rest. You pick up your 5 navy beads, your 4 gold beads, and your 4 light blue, and your orange. Okay? Yes. And once that is done, you take your needle and only insert your needle into the orange bead. Okay. And then you pick up 4 light blue beads. 4 light blue beads. And then insert your needle from the gold beads and all the way up. You move all the way up. What do I mean by all the way up? I mean that you also touch on the badge. So you don't only add your thread in the tassel, you also go into your ndebele stitch, the herringbone stitch, and you move up. Okay? And then you go back down into your next door neighbor. And so far, this is how it looks. Okay, queens and kings. Now, the first 6 is responsible for your pattern. So you pick up 2 white beads, 2 yellow, and 2 navy beads. Okay? Now you add your 5 navy beads. Don't get confused. The 2 was for the pattern, and the 5 is the 5 that we always add. And then you add your gold and your light blue and 1 orange. Okay? Once you've done that, you pick up 1 orange bead. I have, here's my orange bead. Take my needle and I insert it only into the orange bead. And then I pick up 4 light blue beads. Then insert your thread from the gold beads all the way up and touch. If you can, if your needle is long enough, you can just do it once and touch your ndebele stitch all the way up. Mina, because I have a short needle, I have to keep on moving up in steps. Okay, so this is how it is. Once you've done that, go into your next door neighbor and come down. Okay. So from this point, I'm just only going to talk over the beads. I'm not going to practically show how to move all the way up to the tassel. I'm just going to talk over and show you the beads and the colors and the number of beads that I've added. I'm not going to add on, I like how I'm explaining how I'm not going to explain. Okay, so now we're going to pick up our beads. Okay, so I'm going to pick up 1 yellow, 1 white, 2 yellow, 2 navy, and 1 light blue. Now this light blue is a different color. We are starting off a half triangle. So this is where we are. So our first half triangle was red. So for us, instead of us using red, we're going to use light blue or any color you prefer. And then this is our pattern, right? Florence, don't get confused. I'm sorry if your name is Florence. I've been very inspired by the word Florence because I've been watching a lot of, not a lot, I've recently watched Mr. Bones again. So yeah, Florence. Huh? Okay, so from there you pick up your 5 navy beads, your 4 gold beads, your 4 light blue beads, and your 1 orange. Now I'm going to finish my tassels and we're going to off camera. Then I'll come back once we're doing the next tassel. Okay, so 2 yellow, 2 navy, and 2 light blue. This is our pattern, right? Then 5 navy, 4 gold, and your 4 light blue and 1 orange. Now let's do the tassel of camera and then we're going to come back. Okay, now you're going to pick up 1 yellow, 2 navy, 2 light blue, and 1 new color. You're going to decide on which color that you're going to use, but this is a light purple. And then you're going to add your 5 navy, 4 gold, 4 light blue, and your orange bead. Okay, queens and kings, you pick up 2 navy, 2 light blue, and 2 light purple. And then you pick up your 5 navy, 4 gold, and 4 light blue, and your orange. Okay, so I'm going to do this off camera. Look what I found. My long needle. Yes! I found it. So tassels are going to be smooth moving forward. 1 navy, 2 light blue, 2 purple, and then you're going to add a new color, which is our white. I've decided on white this time. Then you add your 5 navy, 4 gold, 4 light blue, and your orange. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to do from this point moving to this side. We're going to do the same thing as we're doing on this side. So we're doing the same thing that we did on our previous tassel. 1 navy, 2 blue, 2 light purple, and 1 white. You add your 5 blue, your gold, your light blue, and your orange. Okay, so we add 2 navy, 2 blue, and 2 light purple. Then from this point, you're going to add your navy, your gold, your light blue, and your orange. Okay, so we have 1 yellow, 2 navy, 2 light blue, and 1 purple. Then you're going to add your navy, your gold, and your light blue. Okay? Then I'll be back after the next one. I have my 2 yellow, 2 navy, and 2 light blues. Then I add my navies, my gold, and my light blue, and my orange. We're almost done, queens and kings. Only 4 more to go, hey? You're going to add 1 white, 2 yellow, 2 navy, and 1 light blue. Then you add your navies, your gold, and your light blue. We're almost done, queens and kings. We are almost done. I'm so excited because the pattern is coming together. It's already starting to show, ne? Yes. So you add 2 white, 2 yellow, and 2 navy beads. And then you add your navy, sorry, your gold, and your light blue. Okay? Okay. 1 green, 2 white, 2 yellow, and 1 navy. And then you add your 5 navy, 4 gold, 4 light blue, and 1 orange. Then we're left with 1 more tassel. Okay, so we have 2 green, 2 yellow, 2 white, and 2 yellow beads. The same thing that we did when we started off our tassels. Now you're going to add your navy, your gold, and your light blue. Then we're gonna come back. This is where we are. So these are our tassels looking nice and cute. And this is our thread. So how do we get rid of this excess thread? So you're just gonna move around your stitch just to make sure. The nice thing about the belly herringbone stitch is that once you move around, it becomes a bit difficult for your thread to untie or undo the work that you've done. So that's why I moved a bit on the other row, and now I'm going back and rejoining the row on the side like this. Yes. Once you've done that, make sure that your thread is protruding on the last row, the row on your side. You take your needle, you insert it in between the two beads like this. You want to create a knot. So you pull your thread. Don't pull all of your thread. Just leave a small bubble like this. Then you take your needle, you insert it into that bubble, and then you pull your thread nicely. Make sure you do it nice and slow. Yes, so that knot that you create just falls in between your beads. Now, just for safety, you do it twice. You insert your needle again and you create a bubble like this. Oh, please don't confuse the shadow for the thread. You insert your needle into the thread and you pull. And then, halagasha, there we are with our thread. Once you're done, you cut off the excess thread, and this is your safety pin, ispelede sakho. So this is how it looks like, queens and kings. This is our ispelede. This is our ispelede, or this is our spelede. So this is the safety pin. We finally done, queens and kings. Yes, so this is how it is. Thank you so much for watching, queens and kings. I love you guys so much. Remember to love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, and have fun. If you love the content that you're seeing, please consider subscribing. See you on the next video. Bye.